you are joining which directory here? Base directory. You are joining base directory, comma, which directory? Which directory? Static directory. But where is the static is there in the base directory? So instead of using this, you can also use what now? Simply, simple thing is what? Base directory slash, what is that directory? Static. Okay, base, like the way how you are defining the templates. How you define the templates? Now templates also same, right? What you are writing here, base directly slash, and what you are writing here, templates. Okay, base directly slash, what is that? Templates. Now tell me, this is how you are trying to define. Yes, understood? Okay, base directly slash, what is that? Templates. And here also I'm writing a base directly, sorry, base directly slash, okay, base directly slash, what is that? Static. What is a base directory here? Your project directory. And inside that you have which folder here? Static. Okay. The next one is you have to define the static directories. Now here I'm writing a static files directory. Okay, static files underscore, what is that? Directories equal to, you define the list of directories where you have a static files. Now my static files are there in one location. Then I said, static files directories. There is only one directory. And what is that directory? Is a base directory slash, what is that? Static. So here base directory is referring to which directory? Project container directory. And within the project container directory, there is one folder called what? Static. But the joining can be done by using os.path, right? Dot join. Okay. So after that, now here you can also define the templates folder. And next is you have to install what? Application. So here I install the application. So application is installed, and we configured which one? Static URL, and we configured static directory. We configured static files directories. Okay, fine. Then after that, next is what here? Okay, now you have to create what here? Template. Go to the template and create one template. Okay, so template is nothing but HTML. I'm just creating one template called index.html. Now this is my template. Okay, this is my template, right? Now inside the template, this is a template. Okay, template. This is a template, and within this template, I should insert what? Images. Within this template, I need to insert the images. But first line in the template, you have to write. First line in the template is you have to load the static path. You have to load the static path, and you can load the static path by using DJANGO template language by using one tag. I said DTL tags always defined in what here? Curly braces. HTML tags are given within less than and greater than, but DJANGO template language tags are given in what? Curly braces, followed by percentage, and end with what again? Percentage, and it followed by the tag name. What is the name of the tag here? Load. What is the name of the tag here? Load. I'm saying percentage load. Okay, what you are loading? Static. So what is the name of, what is this static is here? Tell me, what is the static here? Load is static. Static is nothing but URL. What is static is here? URL. Static is what here? URL. You define this URL in what? Settings.py. What is the URL is? Static. Now this URL is bind with which path here? Physical path. Okay, this URL is bind with which path here? Physical path. What is the physical path is? Base directly slash, what is that? Static. So it is nothing but D:Backslash DJANGO some what is that, d colon backslash backslash. So what is my folder is DJANGO 7:30 a.m. backslash backslash. What is that? Project 11. That is called as which one? Base directory. Then slash. What is that? Static. It means now you are accessing this. You are accessing these things by using which folder here? By using which URL? Static. This is a name to access this path. This is a name which is used to access what this path. So for that, in the template, you have to write load. Load, what is that? Static. You have to write the load static. So once this is done, what I have to do? I have to insert the image. I have to insert what? Image. Then how can I insert the image? You always insert the image by using which tag? Image tag. Image. And I'm saying here what? Source. Image is source. Now here, I have to define the path or not? Yes. I have to define the path of the image. Then how can I include the static resource? I can include the static resource by using percentage. By using one tag. What is the name of the tag? Percentage. Percentage, what is that? Static. And here you have to define the resource. So where is your image is available in one folder? What is the name of the folder? Images slash a1 dot what? JPG. A1 dot JPG. Now this is a resource. This is what here? A resource. Now just open this double quotes and then next what here? Close. Image is open. We open image, double quotes. No problem. Now here I'm trying to close it by just writing what here? IMG tag. So there is a beginning of the tag and there is what here? End of the tag. So percentage is static. So percentage is static and you are writing images slash. What is the name of the image here? A1 dot JPG. Now I want to insert one more image. See, you can give all the properties of the image. Now what is the name of that image? Some A3 dot JPG. So I try to insert how many images here? 2 images. But here you are trying to use some tags. So these are called detail tags. And what is the name of the tag I'm using? Load static. So what is the static refers to? URL. Static is the name of the URL. And how you are trying to include the static resources? By using one tag called percentage what? Static. Percentage is static and it followed by which one? Path. So what is the name of the images? Where is your images are in? Images slash what is that? A1 dot JPG. Images slash A3 dot JPG. Now you have 2 images or not? Yes. So once you insert the images, then you call this template. From where you call this template? From view. Can you call the template directly or from the view? From the view. You cannot call the template directly. Yes. You cannot call the template directly because which one is the entry point of your backend? View. Whatever you want to ask, you should ask only view. You ask the view template, generate template. You ask the view, get the data from database. So view acts as a controller, right? So just open the views.py. Now here you generate the response, right? Now you create a view and what is the name of the view? Index. Now this is having one parameter called request and then you are saying response equal to render. Response equal to render request comma. What is the name of the template? Index.html. And are you sending any context parameters? No. So context is not compulsory. It is what? Optional. Then after that, you are trying to return what? Response. So it means index is a view. Index is a view which will generate the response. by including which one? Index.html. Index is a function which will generate, index is a function view which will generate the response by including which template? Index.html. Now, once this is done, now next is you have to create, you have to define the path by using urls.py. In urls.py, in urls.py, in urls.py, not closed, right? So that is a problem here. Just close this. So this is a beginning. So this is the beginning of the tag, and this is what here? End of the tags here. Percentage and percentage, right? Image is not paid tagger. Yes, sir. Paid or not? क्या यार सेकंड फ्लोर थर्ड फ्लोर भी नहीं मालूम यार स्टूडेंट्स को स्टूडेंट्स यू डोंट नो सेकंड थर्ड फ्लोर ऑलवेज देयर माइंड विल बी समवेयर खाली उधर इधर देखते उठ क्या यार so anyway you can close the image tag here only, right? By saying image. Can you close image here? I close the image. Yes. You don't know second and third floor, sir, here. Okay, right? Yes. Now this is the beginning of the tag and this is what? End of the tag, right? So then next is I created a view and generated index.html by including the part of HTTP response, right? Then after that, open urls.py and here you define the URL pattern application one.views. Okay, import what here? Star. You have only one view. I'm not giving any path. Now this is an empty path and then I'm writing what here? Index. I've given empty path and then I said what? Index. Now in this, I try to use two tags. In this application, I use two tags. One is a tag called load static URL and second one is what? Image source. And what is the name of the tag I use? Static and it followed by the path. Static, it followed by the path. Okay. Yes. So after writing this, now everything is done. Everything is done. Anything is missing. Now this is a template and this is a view and this is URL. Okay, this is a URL, right? Yes. Yes, यार थोड़ा बहुत मालूम है यार मेरे को HTML है, right? Yes. Now this is an image tag, right? So this is also not required. Required or not required? Not required. Okay. I'll follow yours, right? So image source and this is the URL. Okay. Now after doing this, what do you do it? Run the server. Just open the terminal. Open the terminal here. Okay. And then say Python manage.py run server. Now, if you have any errors, you'll get the errors at which side? Server side. But at server side, you have any errors? No, right? Then just open this. So just open this here. Okay. Now you can see this is one image and this is what here another image. Now these images are loaded or not? Yes. So you want in so index.html. Now don't give the break. So you can create divisions and you can do it. No problem. Now here you have two images. This is one image and this is what? Another image. Okay, you can define what you can define. What you can define? Width. You can define the width and you can define height. In what? This width and height in what? Pixels. Pixels are not. By default, pixels only. Okay. Just open the image. Now these are two images. This is one image and this is what here? Another image. So, but you cannot display the images directly. You cannot display the images what here? Directly. If you want to display or insert the images, you have to do this configuration. So without doing this configuration, you cannot put any static resources. Now you can see these are two images. This is one image and this is what? Another image. Okay, right? Now you understood this one? How to insert the image? But here we use two tags. One is percentage load static. Percentage load static. So we use one tag called percentage load, and this is nothing but what? Static URL. But this name can be given anything, but by default there will be one name. And what is that name is? URL. Okay, right? Load static and it followed by static URL. Now this tag, now this is predefined DTL tag. This is predefined DTL tag. This tag is used for loading which one? Static resources. For loading static resources, what? Path. Loading static resources, what here? Path. Loading static resources are loading static resources. Resources, what here? Path. It means you always refer the static resources by using which URL? Static URL. Okay. See how you are accessing the view by using URL, right? In the same way, you are accessing the static resources by using which path? Static resources path. Click on. See here what you have written static. And now the static is referring to which URL? Static URL. That is nothing but your project folder slash, what is that? Static images slash, static slash images slash, what is that? A1.jpg. The static will refers to which URL? Static URL. That is nothing but slash which one here? Static slash images slash, what is that? A3.ab. See here. Slash statics here. Slash, what is this? Static images A3.jpg slash static images A1.jpg. But are you given only images slash A3.jpg or not? Yes. But this is referring to which path here? Static path. This is referring to which path here? Static path. But how it is used? By using which one? Static URL. By using which one? Static URL. So this static is a URL name. Remember this. The static is a URL name. The static is a URL name. See here. The static is nothing but a URL name or URL. This URL is referring to which folder? Base directly slash which one? Static folder. From that, you are trying to access what? A1.jpg. And from that, you are trying to access what? A3.jpg. This is a logical and this is what? Physical. Means are you writing directly base directory slash static? You cannot use a base directly in what? Template. In template, base directory is available or not available? Not available. Okay. But you cannot give the physical path. Always, whenever you are writing the code at server side, always you should give which path? Logical path. Means you should give the respective to what? Respective to which one? Your project structure. You should give the respective to your project structure. You should not give physical path. Physical path means you cannot write d colon backslash backslash like that. If you are writing d colon backslash backslash like that, your project will work only in this system, but it doesn't work in what? Other system. Because of that, you always give the path relative to what? Your project. But how you are generating the dynamic path? You are generating that dynamic path by using one variable. What is the name of the variable? Base directory. What is the name of the variable? Base directory. Suppose if this base directory is not there, what you can write? What base directory is returning? What base directory is written? Now suppose this base directory is not there, then what do you write it? You need to write directly. Okay, what do you write? D colon. What is that? Slash. Okay, you'll say DJANGO 7 a.m. June, right? Then slash. What is that? Project 11 slash. What is that? A slash which one? Static. Slash what you write? Images. Or slash static. What you are writing? Slash static. Now this is which path? Fixed or dynamic? Fixed. Static. This path is what now? Static. Means always it will search in which drive here? D drive. Always it is search in which drive? D drive. Now you are avoiding this. You are avoiding hard coding what? Physical path. You are avoiding this hard coding of physical path. Now you are getting this physical path by using one variable. And what is the name of the variable? Base directory. You are avoiding this physical location, okay, by using base directory, and then followed by one more directory called which one? Static. Suppose if it is there in application folder, then you'll say base directly slash. Okay, base directly slash which one? Application 1 slash which one? Static. So where is your static resources in which folder? Application folder. But now where is your static resources are in which folder? Project folder. See, it is only the thing is you have to define the location where exactly your resources are available. Where exactly your resources are available, right? So then next one is, now this is load static URL. This is static URL. And what is the default static URL is? Default static URL is, what is the name of the static URL? Static, which is configured, which is configured in what? Settings dot which one? py. Now this static URL is refers to which one? The static URL refers to which one? Physical location. The static URL refers to which location? Physical location. Physical location where exactly your images are available, where your static resources are available. Now that is done by using load static. Now see, all these are frequently asked questions. All these are frequently asked questions, right? So what is percentage load? Okay, static. What is load static in DJANGO, right? So what is a load static in DJANGO? See here in DJANGO, load static is a template tag used to enable which tag here? Static. Now template tag with a specific template, it does not directly load which files? Static files. Okay, it does not load static files. Instead, it makes the static tag available for use in the template, allowing you to generate the correct URL for your static files. Now, who generating this? It is generated by which one? Load. Which one here? URL. But can you change this URL name? Can you change this URL name? Yes, can you change the URL name? Suppose. Now, just to see here. Can you change this URL name? Just to see here. In settings.py, I don't use here static. Here I'm not using which one? Static. I'm just using another name. And what is the name I'm using? NIT. What is the static URL now? What is the static URL here? NIT. Then in template, what you have to do? Load, load what? NIT, load NIT. I said here, load NIT. Okay, then next is what? Next is what? Now you are including a resource or not? Yes, you are including a resource. You are including a resource here. You are including a resource. Now load NIT over. Then what I am doing is in settings.py. Yes. Now my project is loaded. I try to run this project. When I run this project, now immediately, now it is given template syntax NIT is not, it is saying that template NIT is not what? Registered. NIT is what here? Not registered. NIT is not registered. Why? Why it is saying NIT is not registered? Because the static files are managed by one application. The static files are managed by one application. And what is the name of that application is? Here you can see one application. What is the name of that application? Static files. Now always the static files look for which URL? Always the static files look for which URL? Static URL. Always the static files is an application which is used for managing which resources? Static resources. Then always the static files is an application which always look for which, it is always look for which URL? Static URL. It is saying that DJANGO.template exception, template syntax, NIT is what here? Not recognized. NIT is not recognized. Now it is saying that you should use any one of this here, right? Now suppose URL. Now in template, what I'm saying is, now this static is referring to, now this static is referring to which URL? Static URL. So these are predefined or user defined? Predefined. These are predefined or user defined? Predefined. Okay. So in the template, in the place of NIT, I need to use what? I need to use what here? Static. In the place of NIT, I should use what here? Static. But I use NIT. But suppose if I use NIT, I just write here NIT, but immediately it is given error or not? Yes, I said load NIT, and this static refers to which path? This static refers to which path? Static path. Now here I should use what now? Is it required to use a percentage static or percentage NIT? Percentage NIT. But is it, this will be a little bit confusion or not? Yes, that's the reason you don't change the predefined names. You don't change the predefined names. You will try to put always the static URL as what? Static only. It means you are referring this path by using one URL called which one? Static. In the index.html, you try to access the path by using which one? Static. By using which name here? Static name. Okay, na? Right. So that is loading the static. Now you can see the error here. NIT is not a registered tag library. Must be one of any one of this. What it's saying that it is admin list, admin modify, admin URLs, cache, I18n, I10n, log, and one more is what? Static. But is it I change the name or not? Yes. Because these are managed by, what I'm telling you is, these are managed by static, resources are managed by one predefined application. And what is the name of that application? Static files. And always the static files look for, the static resources by using which URL? Static. Okay, right? But how you are making this is available to the template? By using load static. So this must be defined in what? Settings.py. Understood? So this predefined DTL tag, this is predefined. This is predefined DTL tag, and this tag is used for loading static resources or loading static resources path. So default static URL is what? Static, which is configured in settings.py. So this tag is Okay, this tag is used. This tag is used as what? First line. First line inside what? Template. Inside the template. Template is nothing but what here? HTML. Now syntax is you are writing percentage load. What is the name of the URL? Static. Load followed by which one? Static. So this static is referring to which path? Alright, this static is referring to which path? Static path. This static is referring to which path? Static path. Then how can I use this static path? By using which one? Static. How can I use this static path? Using what? Static. Then the static resources are included. Percentage static. Percentage what? Percentage what? Static. Percentage. What is the name of the tag here? Static. Percentage is static, and it followed by which one? Path. So it followed by the path. So where exactly your image or audio or video files are exist. Okay, this tag is used. This DTL tag is used. This DTL tag is used for including which one? Resource. This DTL tag is used for including resource. So path is nothing but a resource name. Resource what here? Name. With what is that here? Location. But here static refers to what? Path. Which path it is? Now here, what is the name of the tag is? Static. See, what exactly this is? Load static. And then you are saying, is a template tag used to enable percentage what here? Stack. So template tag with a specific what? Template. It does not directly load static files itself. Instead of it makes a static tag available for use inside what? Template. It means this static tag is used for including which resources here? Static resources. So there are two things are there. One is load static and one more is what? Percentage static. Load static is used for using which tag? Static tag. Until unless you don't load static, you cannot use which tag? Static tag. When you say load static, then which one is available? Which one is available? Static resources are available. Static resources are available means you are trying to enable what? Path. You are trying to enable what? Path by saying load what? Static. Then once the static path is enabled, then you can use that path by using what? Percentage static. By using what? Percentage static. So the example is now you are writing, suppose if it is image, you are writing image src, and then within double quotes, you are saying percentage, and what is the name of the tag? Static. And you are trying to define the path by saying images slash some a1 dot, what is that here? Image. A1 dot image and close this percentage. Now this is which tag here? Image. Right? You understood? So what is the difference between load static and percentage static? What is the difference between load static and percentage static? What is the difference between the load static and percentage static? What is the difference between the load static and percentage static? Load static, when you're saying load static, it is configuring what? URL. It means this URL is available to what? Template. The static URL is available to what? Template. Okay. The static URL is available in what? Template. So that you can use this static URL to access what? Resources by using which one? Percentage static. If you want to use percentage static, first you should load what? Static. If you want to use percentage static, first you should load what? Static. So load static refers to what? Physical path. So percentage static refers to what? Physical path. And from that path, you are accessing what? Resource. This is for accessing resource. And this is for accessing resource. This is for loading the path. This is for loading the path, and this is for accessing what? Resource. See, it is like this. You configure it. You configure the URL with what? View. How you configure it? By using path, right? You give the path or not? In urls.py, are you giving path or not? Yes. How you are giving a path? Path. Okay, you are saying this is view, right? So what is the name of this here? Index. What is the index here? URL. What is index here? View. It means this view you are accessing with what name? This view you are accessing with what name? Index. Okay, now this is configuring URL of which one? View. This is configuration of view. Suppose when it comes to the static resources, how you are configuring it? What is the URL? Tell me, what is the URL? Static. Now this is static URL, and the static URL is referring to, the static URL is referring to which one? Base directory. The static URL is referring to which one? Base directory slash. Slash, what is the name of this here? Static. Now, is it this path is available to what now? Template. Now, when you say image source static, the static is referring to which directory? Base directory slash which one? Static slash which one? Images slash which one? a1.jpg. Understood? So how you are referring this static? Static is referring to physical location. Okay, na? So this is accessing it, and this is accessing it, and this is making available this static to what? Template, right? So that is the difference between load static. That is the difference between load static and percentage static. So which enable to use which one? Static tag for including resources. This is for including resources, and this is configuring what? URL. You can say configuring URL or making static tag available to what? Template. Without, now one thing you have to remember here, what is the note is without a load static, without a load static tag cannot, without a load static, you cannot use which tag? Static tag. Without a load static, you cannot use which tag? Static tag. When this static tag is available to the template, when you say load static. Understood? It means I cannot use a static tag because I cannot include image, right? How can I include the image? By just giving what? Path. You cannot write directly physical path. You cannot write directly what? Physical path. Now you must configure the static resources within the settings.py. Right? So without load static tag cannot used. Compulsory, you have to say load static. Understood? Understood or not? Okay, these both are linked or not? Yes. So first tag is load static. What load static is doing? It is a template tag. Use it to enable the static template tag within the specified template. It does not directly load static files itself. Instead, it makes the static tag available for use in the template. Allows you to generate the correct URL for your static files. Understood? Right? So that will refers to which path here? Physical path. See, this is what I said. When you say load static, now you are saying statics here. The tag must be placed at the top of the DJANGO template where you want to use it. And when you say static, and here you define the path, the tag in the use. Now you can see DJANGO resolves the path based on your static URL. And one more is what? Static files dir in what? Settings.py. Now this static is referring to which one? A path or not? Yes. That is referring to which path? Static URL path are the things which are defined in what? Static files, dirs. In which file? Settings.py. Settings.py. I think you understood. When I write here static, this static is referring to which location? Physical location, which is there in settings.py. Right? Yes. So it is not only images. Right? You can include any. Yeah, this difference is you understood. Loading and including. Load is making your static URL available to what? Template. Once it is available to template, you can use it by using which one? Percentage static. You can use that URL by using what? Percentage static, and it followed by the path. Okay, right? See, it is like this. I mean, in other way also, some people says, okay, what? Now this is a static URL, right? But actually, what is the name of the tag? You said percentage. What here? Static. Now this static is referring to this static or not? Yes. This is nothing but location where your resources are available. Now this is referring to what? Now this is referring to what? This is URL, right? This is referring to what? Base directory. This is referring to what now? Base directory slash. What is that? Static. And then again followed by which one? Images. Bam. Then again followed by which one? A1.jpg. Understood? Right? So, but these are predefined and you cannot change it. These are predefined. You cannot change it. It will not load all the static resources here. It will not load the resources. It will not load the resources. Don't think that it will not load the resources. Resources will not be loaded. When the resources will be loaded? When you run the template. Okay, right? So it will not load all the images. No. So whichever image you want, you insert it by using which tag? Static tag. You insert it by using which tag? Static tag. It means you are making this static is available to what? Template by saying load static. Okay, right? What is that? Is it necessary to run Python manage.py collect static? What collect static? Where is collect static is there here? Where is collect static is there? You don't require. These are installed and run by the server. What is the name of this application? Static files. What is the name of the application? Static files. Okay. So why you want run? This is your application. What is your application is? Rudra. Okay, no problem. Now next one is, okay, next one is, this is clear all of you? What is here? Clear or not? Then next one is CSS. Yes, you can create an external CSS or not? Yes. So it can be inline, internal, and one more is what? External. So when you go for a static, if it is only external CSS, if it is internal, you can write there only, right? If it is only external CSS, then you can go for what? Static, right? So inside the CSS folder, for example, I want to use a bootstrap. I want to use what? Bootstrap. Bootstrap, I want to use it. Okay. How can I use a bootstrap? How can I use a bootstrap? Bootstrap is what? What is bootstrap? CSS library. Bootstrap is what? CSS library. Bootstrap is a CSS library, and this can be included in your. It can be included in how many ways? Two ways, right? It can be included in how many ways here? Two ways. One is dynamic. Second one is what? Static. Dynamic means you directly download from this website. Second thing is you download and put in your project. You download and put in your project. Download and put in your project. Download and put in your project. You install the bootstrap. You install the bootstrap, and when you install the bootstrap, you'll get two things, right? So we need to download this CSS, right? Okay, otherwise I'll create one CSS. Okay. So here I'm creating one external CSS. Okay. I'm creating one external CSS. What is that CSS here? CSS1 dot. CSS1 dot. What is that? CSS. Now this is what external CSS. Okay. You know the syntax of CSS, right? Okay. Then I want to format image. Now then how you write it? Selectors are there. Which selector? Which selector? Tag selector. I'll use it. What is the name of the tag? IMG. IMG is the name of the tag or not? Yes. Okay. IMG is the name of the tag. Okay. Then after that, what do you do it? Next is open the curly braces. Open curly braces. Okay. Open the curly braces and close the curly braces. And within the curly braces, you define what? Properties. Now, what are the properties I want to define? Width. I want to define the width as how many pixels? 300 pixels. Okay. I want to define which one? Height. So I want to define the height, and this height also I'm defining as what? 300 pixels. And even I want to have what? Border. I want to have a border. Border followed by how many? What is the first one? Border. What is the first one? Color. First one is what? What is the first one? Then next is a color. I just given border. And then next is what? Solid. Hey, CSS good Radu. CSS is over. Over or not over? Over. Over or not over? Over. This border is called which property? ఓకే వదిలేసేయండి. మళ్ళీ డౌట్ వస్తుంది మీకే, నా సిఎస్ఎస్ అయిపోయిందా లేదా అనేసి. సార్ నో. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఇమేజ్. Now we format which one? Image with the width of. So image width is given some 300 pixels. Okay. Image width is given. You can also given in percentage. So this is the image tag. Then I want to include this image tag into margin ఎందుకమ్మా ఇప్పుడు. Yes. So I just taken one simple example here, not complex one. So index.html, where I should include in header body, head only, right? How can you include it? By using which one? Link. Link style. Style or relation? Relation. Relation is what here? Style sheets. Style sheet. Sheets. Style sheets. Then href. Very good. Href. Href. CSS1 dot CSS. Where it is? You cannot write directly. Use which tag? Percentage. What is that? Static. What is the path is? CSS1 CSS slash CSS1 dot CSS. CSS slash CSS1 dot CSS. Okay. So you cannot include directly. That is what you are learning, right? You cannot include directly. Now I remove this width. I remove this width and height. Okay. Is it required to define width and height? No, because it is defined in which CSS? CSS1 dot CSS. Understood? Right? What is it here? Correct or wrong? Correct or wrong? Correct only? Okay. So you, because you know CSS, right? So percentage is static CSS slash CSS1 dot CSS1 dot what? CSS. Where is this CSS1 dot CSS in which folder? CSS folder. CSS is there in which folder? Static folder. It is there in static folder. That's all. Save this. Save this. and then run the server. Uh, link not closed. Okay. Oh, so link should be closed, right? I should close the link like this, sir, right? Okay. Run. Sorry. Run. Run what? Server. Okay. Now open this. Have you done any changes? Yes. So where is the border here? Border is there or not there? Huh? Not there. There or not there? Border is there or not there? What is here? There or not there? You don't have border, but width and height is defined. No, width and height also not defined. Then some mistake. Where is the mistake? Mistake is there or no mistake? Tell me here, where is the mistake? I define the width, I define the height. What is the problem? I define the border. Width is given, height is given, border is also given. This is which selector? Tag selector only, right? So tag name is IMG. Then this is tag selector only, right? This is a tag selector only, right? I should write dot. Here you have a list. In this list, you define multiple variables, no problem. Here you can create multiple variables. Okay. Because you have only here, you can create multiple variables. This name, variable name, you can give static dir1, and here you can write static dir1, comma. You can create one more directory and you can set it. Okay. Mukherjee. Understood? Right. So that is how you set for multiple paths. Okay. Right. You can give multiple variable names. No problem in that. Okay. Bolo here. समझ में नहीं
स्टैटिक आपका केसेस है उसको पहले हम इमेज वाले फोल्डर में डाल के उसका लिंक डालते हैं बट हमको कोई गूगल से कोई इमेज लाना हो तो उसको यदि हमको सेव नहीं करना हो इमेजेस में डायरेक्ट उसका यूआरएल लेके
यूआरएल दे दो
तो एचटीएमएल के डायरेक्ट यूआरएल देके उसका लिंक बना
और डायनामिक है लिंक डायरेक्टली लिंक इट इज डायरेक्ट लिंक राइट इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल इन योर प्रोजेक्ट
डायरेक्टली तो हम एचटीएमएल वाले
आ जाता है
वैसे
और वो तो डायरेक्ट डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं वहां से डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं दैट इज इट विल गो टू दैट वेबसाइट इट विल गो टू दैट वेबसाइट आप इमेज का पूरा इमेज का नाम मालूम रहना उसका एक्सटेंशन भी मालूम रहना आपको वो वेब एप्लीकेशन से आप एक्सेस कर रहे बात कैसे देते डायरेक्ट लाइन से नहीं दे सकते सपोज यूआरएल www. पूरा यूआरएल दिए तो क्या होता वो साइट में चले जाता वो इमेज थोड़ा ही आता
स्टैटिक फाइल में भी कोई फाइल को डायनामिक यदि कोई इमेज डालना उसका यूआरएल तो कौन सा कॉपी करके एचटीएमएल फाइल में डाल सकते
कर सकते और इमेज आपका पाथ मालूम रहे तो डाल सकते ऐसा कुछ नहीं but that image is not in your system right it is getting from what another website you are inserting from another website in that case you don't require because that is downloading from internet right okay it is not part of your server उसके लिए स्टैटिक पाथ देने की जरूरत नहीं okay? So actually the static files DIRs where you define the list of directories where you have the static resources where you have a static resources that you are writing in static DIRs where you have a static resources that you are writing in what static DIRs okay right it means that can be either one location or multiple locations now here you have only one location right if you have a multiple locations then you separate with what comma right okay right so that is what it is something you put anything you can put anything you can put here any roll number you can put no problem okay